And we are back for another episode of Kopi with Chris. It is time for KWC, and I've got the regular funny man, Mr. Rubberface himself. As you can see, he wears his headphones on one side, and the other side, God knows what the hell are you doing? It's Moe Alkaff, people.
Hey everybody, welcome to it's called what?
Oh, exactly. Thanks very much, mate.
Let's drink Kopi with C, and my Kopi is Kopi C.
Somehow I knew you were going to do that shit to me. So you don't know what's in your coffee, man, just because I know.
I hear you guys put opium inside also, is it? For
Oh, really?
Guests? Yeah, just to get them talking, right?
So you're already high now. That's very fast. Well, thanks for being on the show, Mo.
Hey, pleasure. Thank you for having me, my friend.
No, not at all. I'm happy to have you.
Cheers.
Kopi kaki today. Cheers, mate. Kopi si kosong, huh?
Kopi C kosong one time.
Now you gotta keep the damn sugar away, huh?
Have to. At this age, bro, I was pre-diabetic.
No way.
I swear to you, I was pre-diabetic. And then the doctor immediately said, hey, you want some tablets or you want some pills? So I said, no. What's the only natural way? He said, don't eat bread, don't eat rice, don't eat any carbo. I said, sure, no problem, man. I go home, I open my entire fridge, my cupboard, there's nothing to eat then. What do you eat? You know, I mean, it's like zero stuff to eat, bro.
Suck on your thumb, bro.
I know, right? Oh, and then it's a whole total lifestyle change.
Yeah. To be honest with you, man, I did the same thing. I almost completely cut off sugar.
Yeah, have to.
Yeah. So tua, bro.
I know, right?
Yeah, exactly.
The engine doesn't need any booster. You put any boost on it, everything breaks.
Yeah, I mean, the boost comes from your kidneys, but fuck, we're talking about nutrition now. Forget it.
Yeah,
now, this is Moe Alkaff. It's not about nutrition today.
Yeah.
So what we're gonna do is this. Usually what I do with my Kopi Kakis is to ask the guest, the Kopi Kaki, to take over the mic and do an intro of who and what Moe Alkaff is.
Wow, that one.
What maybe a lot of who I don't know.
What, to do an intro of me?
Yeah.
Okay, so I own self do lah.
Of course. Mic is yours, man, as usual.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, now welcome to the hottest, the greatest, the most amazing, the rocker of all rock, the swimmer of all swims, and the eel of all liars. Here's Mo! Okay, that one the intro.
Oh, that one intro. That one is fanfare intro.
And then now a little bit of dialogue. Well, I was born back in the Middle East, and then I made it right over here. And I'm talking about Singapore. Then I moved to the USA, and when I went to the USA, I talk like this lah.
Okay, wait. Based on that intro, now this is something I didn't know.
What?
Were you born in the Middle East?
Yeah. I was born in Jeddah. My mother is Palestinian.
Oh.
My father is Singaporean, but he's like a third generation Singaporean from Hadramaut, from Yemen.
Oh.
And so they have been here, established here for like 3-4 generations. Then at the war, right? Or during the war, my father kind of, they had to work for the Japanese, right?
Okay.
When they get captured. So he kind of jumped ship, escaped to the Middle East because we still got family there.
Right.
And so, babu, matchmake. Right? So we matchmake my mom, then we got laid over there. I'm sorry, I don't know who got laid. Wait, hang on, wait. And then
I would hope it was your mom. Okay. So they got laid over there. Jeez.
Then from there we went to Aden, to Yemen for a while.
Okay.
And then the British came and war was happening, so we took a ship and sailed all the way to Singapore.
Wow.
And I was like probably 4 years old, 5 years old then.
So do you have any recollection at all?
Little bit, those little flashes only lah.
Really?
Yeah, but that's it, nothing much. But I do remember seeing bombs, going off and, because you get frightened, right? Your mom is frightened, everybody's frightened. So that kind of emotion you kind of keep for a longer time, you know what I mean?
Okay. So what would have happened? Now, this is a hypothetical, but I just got to fuck you through this.
Okay.
What would have happened if Moe Alkaff didn't come back to Singapore and stay in?
Oh, then I'll be a star in Saudi Arabia. Ya Habibi, Ya Habibi. أنا بحبك يا حبيبي.
So you would still follow the same route, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I would do that. I think because all I do is talk and sing song.
Okay.
So might as well just release whatever. I can do it in Arabic, I can do it in English, can do Malay.
So you can speak Arabic?
Yeah, I do.
Wow.
I'm now getting worse and worse because when my mother speaks to me in Arabic, I answer in English. So, but practice makes perfect, right? So if I continue to speak it, I can catch up faster.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Are the headphones have got to be bugging you, right?
Well,
don't you want to put the other side on your right ear?
No, I'm so used to this DJ thing. So this side for queuing, this side for open air. In case the headphone or the microphone don't work, I can just turn this around and this one become microphone.
All right.
Right? Remember those days?
Yeah, I do. But I remember those days, they invented one side.
Yeah.
You lean on this one.
No, my time is still two sides. They didn't understand why DJ must listen to one side. so actually, one ear is actually not as good as the other ear. It's because all that loud music, all that, right?
So you have that problem too?
Well, I pretend because when my wife say anything to me, I can say, I cannot hear.
But on a serious note,
yeah,
I have a problem in one ear because of all the years of, doing shows and stuff like that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, my right ear.
But bro, look at these ears. These are Buddha ears. It's very difficult.
No, man.
It's very difficult.
Yeah, like double-sided tape to your head, bro.
You know what ever happened to my ear before?
What?
I ever go inside this elevator. Alright? And this elevator, this is the HDB lah. I just moved to HDB already. So inside HDB. And here I am standing in the elevator, and then it opened at the 7th floor, 8th floor, and then this auntie, she was walking, and it took her like forever to come into the elevator.
Okay.
And I was like, wow. And then she looked up, and then she said, hello, uncle. Here's a woman, I think 90 years old, calling uncle. What the hell? And then after that, the elevator was about to close, and I quickly, stop, in case she dies or something, you know what I mean?
So the uncle came to the rescue, lah.
Yeah, this uncle rescue. And then she came inside, and then she looked at me, thank you. Then she lifts up her fingers and grabs my earlobe. Wow, this ear, very cool, Wow, Buddha ear. And then I have to put my ear closer to her. Auntie. And then the elevator door opened. People are waiting outside wondering where this old woman. Old woman got a finger on my ear. So the couple look at me, hello sir.
Mo. Some things don't change, man. I'm glad. Hey, you know something? A lot of people know you because of the shows you've done during the days of the Television Corporation Singapore, TCS. Now called
Is that what it actually means?
Yeah. You thought it was Talk
All I know.
I actually preferred it that way.
Yeah, it was fun.
Instead of Media Corp, huh?
Correct, right?
Talk Singapore.
Talk Singapore.
Yeah. And people in the entertainment scene, people like me, we know you as Moe Alkaff from Moezik.
Right, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But who were you before all that? You said that you were born in the Middle East.
Yeah.
And then you came over to Singapore.
Yeah.
Obviously, when you came to Singapore, you had your schooling done here.
School here lah.
Mana lah?
Well, I didn't go kindergarten.
Okay. Explains a fucking lot. Yeah.
So, my mom gave me off lah. And then, because she'd rather have slaves at home. Free labor, I get these buggers to work, man. Quickly the window, man, you stupid son of man.
Did she really say all that?
No lah.
Okay.
She says it in Arabic.
So no kindergarten. You see?
No
Look at the
kindergarten.
fucking headphones, man.
I know, I'm getting sweaty, really hot lah.
Yeah, it is.
So, I after that, go primary 1. So when I go primary 1, I didn't know a word of English. I can't speak one word of English. Here is the huge, tall boy who I look over everybody lah when we line up. I'm the tallest. The only guy who stand beside me is the bayi. Got one sing guy. Right next to me, we are the two tallest one. And normally people disturb the sing guy.
Okay.
But no, not in school because I don't know how to speak English. I was the victim. They were around me and say, Arab do gulpi sangkelat satu punch. And I don't know whether I should finish or not lah. Should I finish the song?
Go ahead, man.
Okay, harap dugul pisang kelat, satu panjang dua bulat.
Which primary school?
Balestier Hill Primary School.
You must have raised fucking hell in that school.
Oh
right?
my gosh! After that I become head prefect lah.
No way.
But every year I get demoted because I would do something. So like I remember primary 3, I was a librarian. And then after don't know few months they said, oh, you no more librarian.
Okay.
Primary 4 became prefect. No more fefect. Primary 5 prefect. Halfway through primary 6 they made me head prefect. Not enough, my record is like what? They don't read the records.
It's called reverse psychology. Let's see what we can do with this guy. We make him a head prefect. And then hopefully he'll improve.
Head prefect was caught smoking behind the tuck shop.
Okay.
So kena sack. But then still, like National Day and all that, to lead everybody with this flag movement and all that, it's always me.
Okay.
And then when I joined the Boy Scouts, the leader is always me.
Okay.
Everything is me. And then we want to do anything at camping. It's just that I like this leadership thing. I like this showman thing. I like, even if prefect, so I also feel like I'm doing a show.
Oh God. Okay.
The way people say, hey, pick up the paper. I don't do that. I say, pick up that paper.
Then what happened in secondary school years?
Secondary, okay, I quite have up. Secondary school, I only did 2 years because after Sec 2, I'll tell you the story in a minute. But what happened through Secondary 1 to Secondary 2 was that I saved the school from a fire before.
Oh, fuck off.
Not only I'm the biggest terror, but I'm also the biggest
wait.
hero.
Were you the one who set the fire in the first place? Only to be the hero. Hey, psycho, dude.
Actually, I should have done that when I was a VI, man.
You went?
VI.
Okay. Let's not go there. Let's come back to secondary school.
So I was damn into swimming and soccer.
Yeah.
Soccer, okay, I still managed to play for school all that. But swimming, as soon as I jump in the pool, and I started doing a few strokes, then I see, hey, what is that? Like motorboat passing by me or what? Ang Peng Siong was there lah.
No way. Which school is this?
Anderson Secondary.
Okay.
Because after that he went to ACS.
Okay.
But before that he was at Anderson the first 2 years.
Okay.
So we also play soccer. So I saw okay lah when I tried to swim and I see this fella really damn far. And then all the mina at the bench. Yeah, boom. And that time they call me Alwi.
They call you what?
Alwi. Muhammad Alwi Alkaff.
Okay, that's your full name.
That's my father name, Alwi. My full name is Muhammad bin Said Alwi Hussein Alkaff, Handcuff, then Raf, Karipaf, enough.
What do I do with this guy? What should I do with this guy?
So I was swimming, and these girls were all at the benches. Hey, Alwi. And then after that, but the guy already win. So, alamak, I don't want to be shame, right? So action cramp. Swim one hand. And then swimming in circles.
So they did become good friends with Peng Siong?
Yeah. Because that time our goalie injured for football.
Uh-huh.
And then they say, alamak, no replacement. I tell you who know how to dive. So Peng Siong became our goalie.
Really?
I swear to you. I don't love you.
Okay.
Ask him.
So you were in Henson Secondary School.
Yeah.
So you were much into swimming and very much into football.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then so every day you play at the basketball court, the football, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we control the basketball court because you need
put two slippers.
And then the ball, the plastic ball, every day, boy, without fail.
Uh-huh.
And then one time, I remember this cikgu, this punishment not very cool. Because we all made a lot of noise. And we are just guys, right? We all sit behind. He throw chalk at us, he turn around at the back box, it's like machine gun hitting him back. So he said, okay, all you fellas, you want to be funny with me? He gave us razor blades. Those old razor blades?
Yeah.
The crocodile one. The crocodile.
Shake.
Shake, yeah. So, he gave all of us one each.
Right.
He said, come to the field. Cut the grass. The sun,
so you guys
go macam sial lah cikgu.
So you guys actually threw chalk at the teacher?
Yeah, threw back. Because he turned around, what? He turned around, he thought he terror, he throw the chalk, kena the tape, pop, like that, right? Kena us, right? Sekali, we already stand by, bro. He turned around, we go, so after he turned around, too late.
Can you imagine if that happens today?
But we don't hit him, lah.
No, but can you imagine if that happens today?
It doesn't.
I really don't think so, man.
Really? Yeah?
Yeah, of course not. I
Oh.
don't think so. I think there's going to be a little bit worth of trouble.
Yeah, but I'm sure they still gamble and all that at school lah.
That one I don't know, lah. But something as what you've just described is a bit too,
It doesn't touch him what?
advanced. For the kids of today, way too advanced.
Yeah, too advanced. Really? Yeah.
So okay, so you said that you were in Anderson Secondary,
Yeah, 2 years.
2 years, 2
Then-
years.
Yeah,
what
Sec 1,
happened?
Sec 2 lah.
Oh, then Sec 3, Sec 4 what happened?
So at Sec 2, they had to create a new class. The class were named not Sec 1A, B, but we go Sec 1-1, 1-2, 1-3, 1-4. So all the classes would end at 1-12.
Okay.
Alright? And then Sec 2, Sec 2, 1-2, all the way to Sec 2, 12.
Now they cari pasal
And then
kelas.
when we go Sec 3, they still had 3-1 to 3-12, but they started a new class for us, 3-13.
So that's the cari pasal kelas.
So the teruk of the teruk.
Mampus sana.
And they used to categorize us like that.
Okay.
So I said Sec 3, 13 now. Don't want.
And then what happened?
So especially the disciplinary master, he was the saddest person to let me go, sir. Even though he gives me public caning and this and that, but when he heard I was going to give up school, he called me. Hey, Alvi, why you want to give? He like advising me not to go and all that. I say anyway, when you whack me, painful, sir. Maybe other school not so painful. You big size,
And then he cabut.
So I traveled. And then actually I wanted to join SAF Boys School. But then I went to Singapore Vocational Institute.
VITB.
But at the one at Basil at that time. So of course I continued soccer.
Mm-hmm.
And of course I want to play for the school, right? But first we have inter-department lah. So I was metal machining department. Some people were this woodworking department, automotive. And then there's one guy, when we meet this metal fabrication department, guess who's playing football?
Who?
Fandi Ahmad!
Walao! So, you cannot unthink so much.
So my swimming career gone.
Uh-huh.
I kena this fella. Fandi Ahmad, my football career gone. So I become like this MC.
You said MC. Would you categorize yourself as that?
No. I'm an entertainer, bro.
Okay.
I mean, when I was a DJ, I was a kick-ass DJ. When I was a dancer, I was a kick-ass dancer.
Mm-hmm.
When I MC, I still think I'm kick-ass MC. You know what I mean? So, I just love the limelight. I cannot say that I'm an MC or a DJ or whoever.
Yeah.
I just love entertaining. I just love being in front of people. I like talking. I like happiness, So, and I keep doing it from school already.
Mm-hmm.
When the teacher goes out of the class, I will go up in the front. I will do silly things. I will sing song. I will, by the time the teacher comes, we're all clapping hands and doing shit, right? Anna, go and sit down, you stupid idiot.
But there were, in your time, during your days, there were no such CCA that involved you getting behind a microphone.
Only thing was, music class, choir class, right? If you don't do the choir class, then you have to do what home econ. Your other alternative, either you cook or you sing song.
Moe Alkaff would have done a naked chef version.
No, I'm a good Muslim boy, bro. You have to go naked. Check.
I'm sure you are, man.
Anyway, by naked also the camera lens cannot go that wide.
Why?
Ping, 1 point for me there.
No, compared to today, your time, as I said, as you said also, the only thing you've done was music, right?
Right.
And then home ec, there's home ec. Then you went to VITB, it's metalwork, woodwork.
Yeah.
Today in ITE, there's a lot of courses now.
A lot. Wow, I saw the courses. They've got multimedia courses. They've got, if I swear to you, those days they had multimedia courses, I'll be there, boy.
I've also heard my old school, they're coming up with a radio broadcasting CCA.
Oh, really?
Secondary school.
Wow, secondary school. Wow, steady, man.
What do you think about all these things?
I think it's good because then, because like in our time, I think a lot of the problems also occur that people don't know what their real talent is.
Mm-hmm.
And so they don't know where to go. And then end up having a job. Like say for me, what if I was a metal machinist all my life? I would be so sad boy going to work. My kopi C kosong until kopi O kosong, bro. I tell you. I mean, seriously, right?
When did you first discover that you have a knack to be an entertainer?
To be an entertainer.
Yeah.
That's it's when I got into the DJ console. Then I knew that. Before that, I was mostly like, I would dance, and I would want to win. I always want to win. So I try to achieve that, right? But when Brian Richmond, we used to dance in his club.
Yeah.
It was called Studio
M.
Yeah. Because, we dance over there. People like to see how we dance. So he buys us drinks lah. And then once in a while, he'll ask me to do his disco lights because it's all buttons and stuff like that. So a DJ can't handle it himself, right? So I'll do his lighting. Then I do according to timing. He say, hey, wow, Mo, your timing is pretty good on the music.
Uncle Brian.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then after that, he say, how? You want to try? So I tried a little bit. That time I don't know anything about mixing, nothing. But one day, he suddenly say, I'm sick, I cannot come. You have to do it tonight.
Spinning?
Yeah.
Okay.
I went, oh my gosh. So whatever I saw him do, and whichever records I know, after a while you know what song comes after the next, right?
Yeah.
Because he does the same set for a while. So I try to follow. But I don't know how to mix. And my talking last time, I swear to you, bro, I speak like Malay.
Don't bluff.
I swear to you, I say, alright, so here is another one. Yeah, so you all come dance lah. Hey, dance lah. So I was speaking that way until he then one day came to me and said, listen, this is how you do it. You talk, this is how say words like these. Here comes another one, just like the other one. Hey, one for your asking.
Wow. Old school, huh?
Oh.
Super, man.
And then,
You're really, really perspiring. Guys, can we turn on something, please?
hot, yeah.
The man is melting.
And then if you can bring one another kopi C kosong, what?
The man is melting. Okay, so Studio M.
Right.
Brian Richmond wasn't well, couldn't come to work, and then you started getting behind the
He
console.
put me out on the
Now,
plane.
how the heck? Okay, you watched him do all that.
Yeah.
So you put the records on.
Right.
There's BPM difference and all that. How?
Right.
No one taught you how to.
No,
mix.
nobody did.
So
right?
what do you chopped
Chop.
you chopped in the music.
Chop. But I tried that night also to mix. And so, wow, what a disaster, bro.
I'm sure,
My
man.
first night ever was a major disaster. Boy.
I wouldn't have done
I
it.
went down to the console, cried all, boy.
Okay.
It really pained me, And then so the next day I was like shy to go and see Brian,
Yeah.
But he said, I know, don't worry, I know. And he was so comforting that he gave me a positive, a positive feel to come back to want to do it again.
Okay.
That's why he's very steady fella. I
Yeah,
tell
he
you,
is,
Brian,
he is.
man, I tell you, he's
Ace.
ace guy.
Ace guy.
I will never ever
Absolutely
forget
nice
that
man. Yeah.
And
So,
so, come on,
Who taught you how to? Formally taught you.
So then there was this other disco nearby called Downtown Disco, right? And then there was this Hong Kong DJs. And then after that, there was this local DJ. Her name is Gina. I can remember her well. Then I said, wow, the song, wow, one song after another, wow, very nice. So I watch her. Then she recognized me. Oh, this DJ is from Studio M.
Okay.
And in the end, we became friends.
Right.
And then she taught me how to catch beats
Okay.
and use pitching.
Right.
All right. Okay. So the basic fundamentals are down.
Yeah.
Okay. Now it's up to me lah.
Yeah.
Every day, bro, I train. Every day, before the club open, I'm already there, boy.
Okay, I'm going to rewind a bit. We jumped over to Moe Alkaff learned how to spin when he was at Studio M.
Yeah.
Brian Richmond found you because of your dancing.
Because we used to dance in his club.
In his club.
And he'll buy us drinks.
Okay. You were dancing solo act or like
Yeah, there's a whole gang of us because we were also McDonald's dancers.
McDonald's is a McDonald's.
The first ever McDonald's
at Liat Towers.
We were the McDonald's kids. This is before the Far East.
Yeah. Before all that.
So we're in the era before that lah. So when McDonald's opened, it's a big deal, right? Everybody will go there. So we were there. And so at Liat Towers that time there were steps, big steps.
Yeah.
And so we used to do breakdance there.
Okay. It
We
was
were
the
first breakdance era.
Okay.
So we breakdance, we all learn how to breakdance, we learn to spin, we do the other, and we create a big crowd. Once in a while, people throw money.
Okay.
Alright, so whatever money we can get, we'll go to McDonald's and then we'll share 99 cent hamburger, that kind of thing.
But at that time, you were still in school or out of school?
I was already out at 16. I was out at 16.
Okay, so...
Alamak, paise thank you very much.
I see. So
Paise.
Kopi with Chris means got a lot of kopi on it.
You're the best, bro.
Alright, man.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
People bring coffee only, you're the best.
I mean, during a shoot, no? You tell me, if you're in Top Singapore now, do you think this will happen? No way, man. No freaking way, man.
Why? This is hospitality right in front of your eyes. Come on.
Exactly, but it will never happen on mainstream.
Really, yeah?
Of course. You were
A
there.
lot of catching up to do, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I think so too, man. I think so too. I mean, imagine you're on set right now.
There
Way
that
that will happen, right? All the shit we'll be talking about will not happen too.
Shoot the Arab! Shoot the Arab! The cameraman, I'm shooting. No, use a gun!
You know, the world should be so glad that you did leave Yemen.
I think so.
But anyway, Sec 1, Sec 2, you left the school. Where did you go after that?
So, after I went to Vocational Institute.
Yeah, also
became
straight to
metal machinist.
VITV.
Yeah.
Okay.
Finished that. Then I started working illegally on oil rig. You know, this oil rig, but because my sister knew the engineer or whatever.
Okay.
I was 16 plus, already working on the rigs.
Yeah.
Wow, that one is 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. And then a lot of up to midnight. So earned a lot of money.
Yeah.
I used to earn like 1,000, 1,200. And that time $1,000 is like a lot of money.
Yeah.
You know, one packet cigarette only $2 or $1.50 only.
Fuck
right?
yeah, man. Love those days.
So the money can really stretch up. And bus was how much, right? You know?
Yeah.
And so I worked there for a while until they discovered I was only 16 plus. No choice. This Bob Nosco, you know that company, Bob Nosco. It's a rigging firm.
No, man.
Anyway, so they had asked me to go. So since I was on that rig and all that, see, quite cool concept about this sailing thing. So I joined TS Singapore, Training Ship Singapore,
Okay.
to become a sailor.
All right.
Wow, you go. So that time it was a boat at the end of the PSA port there.
Yeah.
There's an old 1940 boat with wenches and that kind of stuff.
Okay.
Monkey Island and you name it. So we stay in the boat for 3.5 months.
Okay.
And they teach you how to be a sailor.
All right.
Wow. If you think vocational institute those days was where the worst of the worst go, you gotta go this one, bro. You go inside that boat. I think some fellas killed people there before. Real paika.
Okay.
And so who became head prefect? Me.
Again.
I'm always the one who's controlling the paikas. Vocational also, I head prefect. I also control all the paika.
Why?
I was the only head prefect in that vocational institute during those years that never got hammered. The rest all got hammered.
Why do you think that's the case?
Because I entertain them. So instead, when they are gambling, I see them gambling like that. I don't say, hey, go line up. I don't. I say, hey, I put in 10 cents. I gamble with them. I say, hey, come on, hey, let's go. Oh, yeah, kacking. You know what I mean? I work with them, bro.
Okay.
I don't work against them. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Otherwise, how to survive? Otherwise, kena hammer a few months. Semua, kia, kanina.
So you went for the... see? Headphone drop again. See lah. So macam ada... as if you've got turntables in front of you now. Okay, anyway. So you went for this training stint on board a vessel.
Yeah.
And that was for... How long did that last you?
So 3.5 months. And that's where I got the earring hole. Yeah, because it's only traditional that when you pass the first 3 months, then you are doing that life safety boat test, which is the one that gives you the license to really become a sailor lah.
Okay.
If you don't pass that life safety boat, you got to go through that whole course again and all that sort of stuff. So we made it up to that stage 1.
Okay.
Not many people do as well.
Mm-hmm.
So us, our gang, we went up to the Monkey Island.
Okay.
And because there are a lot of other ships that come, they always have this duty-free liquor. And they'll pass to us, because they can recognize that we are students, we are training, right, to become sailors. Hey, come here, boys. They'll throw the, bottles.
Yeah.
So we'll bring the bottle up to the Monkey Island, right? And then this guy will know, he will take the safety pin, right? Then he'll take the lighter, then he burn. Take cloth white, take the earlobe, and then start Why? It is traditional. It seems that it is a tradition.
Seems like a tradition for pirates.
I know, right? So we put inside gru, and then he will quickly take out, and then he'll put in a needle with a thread.
Okay.
Needle thread go through, and then we'll cut ginger. We put one ginger on that one side of the ear, another ginger, and then after that we tie it. So the ginger become the antiseptic lah. But still the whole week fucking pus is coming out of meatballs.
The lobang still in your ear, right?
Still got. My little hole over here, you know.
So it's the same lobang for that time.
It's the same lobang.
And it's still an active lobang lah.
Yeah. Because my son bought the earring. And I said, hey, I want to try. You got earrings there? Did you want to screw on? And I said, no, the proper earring lah. Wow, I put in the earring, the thing hang. My son also look at me, Dad, you got an earring? I said, you think like only you got hole. I got more hole than you.
Okay, so that's the famous story of how Moe Alkaff got a lobang.
Got a
The
lobang.
other lobang in the ear. So 2-3 months, your sort of graduation ceremony means you can have lobang inside the kuping, in your ear.
So you're set already, right? You know, you're ready. Now a true sailor.
And then what happened? You went sailing.
So no!
I fucking gave up, man.
So I was the top student. It wasn't that difficult to pass, okay?
Okay.
So I was the top student. Became the top student, I came out, I was still 16 plus. You have to go NS.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Right?
Yeah.
So I went to every shipping company. In fact, they sponsored me. That time a new ship came out, it was called Neptune Ruby. Wow. And then I got the sponsorship for that one. I said, wow, I'm going to sail some more steady ship, you know. One end to the other end must take bicycle go, you know, that kind of ship, right?
So it's a cargo ship?
No, it's a container or something like that. Yeah.
Okay, container ship.
So I said, wow, this is amazing. I went there for the interview, even though I was sponsored already by the school.
Yeah.
They say, oh, you not yet serve NS. You cannot sail. So I went to another company. I went this company, that company, MERS line, Gedabat line, dude. Until I went to one China line. You know what China line that only does, you know, they say, okay, Ken, we will hire you, but you do the Malacca trip. So you go Malacca to pick up sheep. Sheep, bro. Yeah. To bring from Malacca come to Singapore.
Okay.
I do one time. I said no.
More the kambing man, boss.
I tell you, it stink. The whole body stink for the whole week.
Yeah, of course.
Oh, you cannot tahan. I said no lah. Then after that, I worked construction.
Huh?
Yeah, because during secondary school and all that, right? Vocational.
Yeah.
I worked in the weekends in the construction. You know, with the Indian fellas, you know, the yellow, you know, the kind of right? Because I need dates, you know, you're going to go out, party and all that, you know, you need the money. So I remember
work construction.
Yeah.
During school days, part-time.
Part-time.
Then after you couldn't get a job,
I go back to this guy lah, the Mando, Tara kerja lah, Mando. Dia kerja boleh lah.
Seriously?
Yeah. Oh, damn, you know, shit I used to do. Literally, shit I used to do. You know, so we will do the changkol ones also, where you are setting up new. We set up sanitary pipes. Okay. And we make manholes. You know what I mean? We use the cement and all that.
Really shit job.
That one is fine. That's new, right? It's when we get house calls. Clear the choke from their manhole. Bro, you open the thing, shit floating up 4 feet high, right? And you're going to take this bamboo pole, go inside. Shit is floating like that, bro. And you're clearing the pipe like that.
And you did that?
Yeah.
And so that's
why I'm full of shit.
You know, I'm really being so fucking polite here, man. Okay, so you did that and it was a full-time thing before NS.
So I never gone to NS. They never called me in the end. Everybody listening right now, everybody's saying, hey, fuck, this one for sure.
Seriously?
I swear to you.
They didn't call you up?
And I keep applying exit permit. I go, you know, KL once in a while, I go Thailand, all that, right? And they never called me.
But you still continued to apply for exit permit, even?
Yeah. And then until I was like maybe 22, 23, that kind of age, then they gave me just a letter to say, you don't need to apply for any more exit permit. But never say I'm off the national service or anything like that.
Really?
Yeah.
So basically, you could have actually ended up working as a sailor.
Or a construction worker.
Yeah, but if you had a letter from the SAF saying that you don't need to serve, or from the Ministry of Defense that you don't need to serve, right? You could have just gone into where you've been trained, which is,
The sailor
sailing.
I could have been a sailor or worked in an oil rig because I'd rather do oil rig work because the money is really
Money
good.
is very good, yeah.
Right? Than be a sailor. A sailor, is like, I got this one friend, right? Now I said to you, this guy, he has been sailing for years and years and years. So when he was watching football game, he was like, standing like that, swaying left to right. He's like that, left, right, until the fella behind also irritated, The fella, hey, brother, hey, come on, I'm trying to watch the game, man. Why are you moving left to right? Then he said, you don't understand, fella. Because I sail 25 years already, so I come on land also, I still go left and right,
Oh, sing it,
The fella said, well, fuck you, I married 45 years, why I never go front back.
Now that story is not true at all. It's not true. Okay, I'm really trying to really find timelines here. Okay, so you ended up working in construction. You needn't have served national service, and you didn't serve national service.
Yeah.
Then after that,
because I couldn't sail, right? Every company say, you cannot sail. Got NS. So I'm really sick and tired now. So I went to the recruitment center. I went to, what road was that at the time?
Dempsey.
Dempsey. Yeah. So I went there. I said, hey, listen, I cannot get a job. Take me in. He said, and then the army fella, the army said, not yet. We don't want to recruit yet. You don't need, Oh, okay lah. Step out, and then on the left side was the Navy.
Okay.
So I said, okay lah, apply Navy. I also like, shipping and all that, right? So I went to the Navy.
Right.
I said, brother, I want to apply lah. Hey, brother, hang 7 years you sure you want Okay, thank you. Terrible I tell you, now whoever listened from the Navy all searching, who was on
You are really throwing a lot of spanner today. Okay, and then what happened?
So that's where I ended up working construction after I gave up, no NS, no this and that.
Okay.
So daytime I would do construction, and then at night I made friends with the McDonald's kids.
Okay.
And then we joined this dancing competition, which is a marathon dance. I remember dancing for 3 days, 3 nights and 4 days.
No.
Non-stop. Got stopped So every 4 hours you got 15 minutes rest. So I would dance for 8 hours because then I get half an hour.
So 4 hours of non-stop dancing,
right.
And then you have
15 minutes break.
That's nuts, man.
I know, right? And so we did it and still got some. I got 3rd place, and yet still got one fella. But the fella who got second is bloody cheapskate fella. Because I walk out he saw me walk out. He said, "Okay, second also jadi." He walked out immediately. He bastard. But the guy who won another day he was a commando. Yeah.
Okay, so it was during that time Uncle Brian saw you, Brian Richardson.
Yeah, that's where and it's all the seafood fellas, all they came, And Brian, I think, had a contract for that. His DJs were spinning now.
Right.
Yeah.
Richmond Productions.
Production. That's right. Yeah.
So you started off your journey as an entertainer with Brian Richmond.
Brian.
And Richmond Productions.
Yeah.
Okay. Now we know that story. So you left the construction business and you went to work in Studio M.
Right. So he didn't hire me full time. So I still worked construction at daytime, and at night I still, because only 3 nights a week, wow. And then the clubs all close at 2 o'clock those days, right?
Right.
Yeah. So I still can tahan so I did both, and my Mando also wanted me. Like I say, everything I do, I want to do the best I can, right?
Okay.
So I did very well also in the construction part. I handled that shit well, literally.
So what you doing? Dancing while you were using the jangkut? Alright.
Then there was this period of time where I had to decide. Because Brian was taking more and more off days and making me work more and more nights. So that was the moment I had to decide, okay, I think I'll stop construction.
Okay.
And, just work at night. But during the construction era, I think is where the actual build-up was. Because, yes, we also worked at, Studio M,
right.
But we also danced on the streets. We used to get dance gigs and DJ. So I DJ and I dance and, I was like, It was
That's a time
just
of your life,
entertainment. It's like the highlight, and that's where the real training came from.
Okay.
Construction toughened me up. Being in the street toughened me up. The entertainment became so much easier because we are already tough.
Right.
We're toughened up already, so nothing can put us down, and so our drive was very good. Yeah.
So you were spinning with for Richmond Productions for how many years?
I think probably just over a year, because then there were scouts who came from Bacchus International. Have you heard of Bacchus?
My
This
goodness.
is even before Julianus was born.
Yeah,
right?
I know. I heard of Bacchus. Yeah.
Yeah, so Bacchus came and they had scouts. They were looking for a club at the DJ for the Black Velvet. You remember the Black Velvet,
Yes.
Century Park, Sheraton?
Yes.
So he saw me and he said, "Hey, come for audition this Sunday." I said, "Alamak, Sunday my sister wedding lah." So then I was cuci periuk all alone. Alamak, my audition now. I quickly jumped on the van, because the van was carrying all the pots and pans. I came to Century Park, Sheraton, wow, smelly like hell, still sweating. And he said, "Okay, can you just perform?" I said, sorry. He said, "Never mind, just go ahead and perform." I jump around the console like a madman. I thought I rap, because already I rap and all that already.
Okay.
So even if I cannot mix, I'll rap it through, right? And then catch a beat.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then the guy just stood there, looked at me and said, "Sorry, I have to leave. My sister wedding right now. I not enough pot and pen." Left. The next day he called me, "You got the job." So wow. I said, "Really?" Because I really didn't expect, that I'd get the job.
Okay.
But he told me I got the job, then I had to tell, that was another sad moment in my life.
You
To tell Brian, bro,
Yeah.
I actually got, "But Brian, wow, steady like the guy." He said, "Good for you. Well done, keep it up," and all that. So it helps with the drive, from your seafood. Somewhere you're
Yeah.
leaving that time, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah,
Good man. Good man.
and that's where the role is. Then of course when I work there, right? And I say, "Hey, I also don't want to be a DJ all my life.
Mm.
So I want to learn other things." And then I met people like Larry Lai.
Okay.
They come to the club. And Larry Lai, I remember him saying, "I have a studio." So, a studio? Maybe I'll try. So I went to his studio and I said, "Listen, I would like to work with you. I want to learn sound and all that." Because we produce jingles, we use commercials,
Right.
AV slides, the slide projector. So we do the
Recording studio.
soundtrack.
Sound recording studio.
So, okay lah. Daytime I work there, at night I DJ.
So you work for Larry Lai.
For Larry Lai.
And you work for Bacchus.
For Bacchus.
Wow.
So daytime, I work with Larry Lai in the studio. Nighttime, I would work at Black Velvet.
Wow.
Yeah.
And then how do you progress on after that? Did you go into say,
Okay, so when I work in the studio, right? Wow, I listen, because like I told you, I still speak a little bit like Malay. I sounded like a Malay guy.
Okay.
So working in that studio, because of all the voiceovers and all that, right? And then, wow, they speak like more. They do commercial, and even Malay commercial. "Minum Milo, anda jadi kuat dan saya." Wow, Malay commercial also like almost,
Got fishball in one side and out. Yeah.
So I asked, that time another great guy works there too, Peter Bodwin.
Oh man!
Yeah. So me and Peter were like the gang, we were hanging.
Oh, I can imagine the ruckus you guys wrote.
Oh, Peter Bodwin's a classic actor.
Yeah.
And so he taught me how to put a pencil in your mouth and speak, fluently, read newspaper.
What
Put
pencil?
marble. Oh, you don't know, man?
No.
So you push a pencil as far into your mouth as possible. Not this way, not
Okay.
not directly. It's horizontal, Don't be so you can suck eater it. So you put it like that, and then you try to read newspaper and try to move your lips and your tongue as much as possible.
I can guarantee you something, man. I'm a VO artist. I can guarantee you something, man. Hey, Peter Bodwin, you fucking cock,
You probably had a good laugh out of it. You probably had a good laugh. See, look at the idiot. Stupid Arab.
I'm telling you, this is the first time I'm hearing about a pencil.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Hey, I've been teaching a lot of fellas, but they committed suicide.
I'm not surprised. if it was from Peter Bodwin, he probably went somewhere to have a good laugh.
Bloody hell, I tell you, I still see him once in a while.
I just bumped into him a couple of months ago.
Oh, really? Yeah. He's looking good. Yeah,
Looks the same.
Yeah, good guy too.
Yeah. Wow,
So,
you learned that from Peter Bodwin.
that system. Other people told me, you roll your tongue, but you go, the kind of stuff.
Who taught you that?
A singer.
Okay.
Maybe she just enjoyed that. Because after that speed, usually, I don't know why, she kind of liked it.
Okay. And then you learned voicing.
And then speaking from your diaphragm, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So you learn what you might call the radio voice, you know what I mean? The voice over voice.
I really cannot tahan that description.
Hey, but I still
radio
know.
Voice.
People answer, I answer a call like that. Hello. I call Grab, so hello. He's like, hey, where you going? I don't understand you.
Okay, so that's quite some progression, huh?
Yeah.
From dancing to learning how to spin in a club, from working on boards and mixer boards and
correct. So
voicing.
I unwired the whole studio on my own.
Oh man.
And those things, everything is wired.
Must have been a nightmare, man.
So I said on Friday, I said, okay, Peter left, Larry left. I said, okay, I'm gonna rewind.
Basil.
I took out like thousands of wires. Okay, take out is easy.
Putting it back is a problem all the time.
Whoa, I tell you, I didn't sleep until Monday morning, bro. I swear, because I panicked already, right? Monday, everything was wired up. And then also Peter said, well, it looks like the studio's looking good, Mo. Yeah.
Oh, that's a damn good impression of Peter Bodwin. I hope I'm gonna tag Peter on this show. He's gonna watch this one. I'll tell you. Peter. Okay.
We also had one incident that we'll never forget as well today. So there was this dancing group. I think Sunny Cha-Cha was the name. Sunny Cha-Cha. They're very famous those days.
Okay.
So they had their competition cassette. And they brought it to us because they wanted to make a duplicate of the cassette for a backup.
Okay.
So they brought it to our studio. And then, so we want to record it. And then I was squatting down and I remember Peter was on the board, So we wanted to press. I don't know who pressed because until today it's still a mystery. We pressed record. So the tape erased and it took us a long time because we look at each other, is this for real? Then we look up, they don't really stop the thing, Walao. Cassette, no, bro. How do you retrieve?
Mampus, gone, bro.
That time where got online music, where got anything.
It's finished. That's it, all erased.
So I asked him, how are we going to do this? And the Sunny Cha-Cha was still there talking to his other dancer. Oh, no, it's like cha-cha-cha-cha like that. And here we are fucking worried, sweating. Fucking cassette was like, pre-recorded with blank. So it'll be chung 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 chung. Wow. So lucky we both have splicing experience. Splicing experience is where you record music to open reel.
Okay.
So open reel, you can catch the beat. You can stop the tape and root to. It's like cueing record.
Yeah, that's not easy, man.
Okay. So take a white pencil, mark, take it out, splice the tape, and then count the beat So you count the start and the end part. So I found another piece that sound the same right at the end. So I cut that piece and then I add it in here.
Really?
And then record back on his cassette. That was splicing. These days you can do computer, cut and paste.
Yeah.
So on actual tape
That's actual manual cutting and pasting, so to speak.
If I want to do a loop, I trace the open reel or go around the clock over the fan, so just get one bar kind of thing,
Mo, so you were with Larry you learned all that with Peter Bodwin, from Peter Bodwin, and after what happened? Where did you go?
Then the new generation guys came. The Nigel Mossbergen.
Okay.
They were with Bernard Salosa, Salosa Sound Services.
Yes.
So they all walked out.
Yeah.
Right? They walked out and they started the Music Force. Because
Oh.
I also used to DJ
with
for
Eric Lim and all that.
Eric Lim, Nigel Mossberg, all the who's who there. Eric Lim, Nigel Mosbergen, William Xavier,
Oh, wow.
someone who Chris Ho,
Yeah.
Leslie Pillay,
FD.
Hamish Brown,
FD.
Flying
Mark.
Dutchman.
Yeah.
All the who's who were there.
Mm.
That was the one powerful company
Oh, yeah.
in the entertainment
TMF.
industry. TMF, man, you know. And a lot of good names came out of there.
Yeah.
A lot of good names.
Yeah.
We used to do over 100 shows a month.
Yeah.
And we had 40 clubs that we looked after.
So you were with TMF.
But my situation was, you want to hire me? You got to start a studio. So they say, are you sure? I said, yeah. If not,
So
I
they
don't.
approached you.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I said, you want to hire me? Studio lah. So they said, okay, what's the budget? I said, I'll build the studio, right? So I took the budget from them, built the studio. And then at the same time, so what I did is I generate business for them as well.
Yeah.
I record pre-recorded radio shows.
Okay. Oh.
Remember last time was sponsored radio show? You do a half-hour Pepsi special, however this special.
It's like Nigel Mosbergen, he had a show, I remember, called The Balls Blue Curacao.
Right.
Man.
Yeah.
And I used to laugh about that.
So I record them in the studio, and then we send the tape to the radio station.
Right.
And then, then that's where I started working at TGIF.
Right.
After TGIF, I went to Top 10. So nighttime and daytime. I like to work night and day. I don't know why I always end up night and day.
Because TMF had contracts with clubs too. Right?
Yeah.
Discos, man.
Disco.
Okay. And so you went with TMF.
Went with TMF.
All the big boys were all in one place.
All boy, all
Hamish included, right?
at 13 Hill. I remember that place. But Hamish was there. Yeah, everybody was there.
Hey, Farmer Brown, you're mentioned.
yeah.
You can call him Farmer Brown.
I don't know. He's in Thailand.
Yeah.
Henson, Loy.
Yeah.
Looking for goal. Hey, that's my goal.
I'm gonna tag him too.
Oh no.
After Peter Bond.
He ain't gonna like me after that. Now you say, hey, Hamish is like,
all right. So I know that all the big boys. I mean, come on, I was kind of young then. I looked up to.
Oh yeah, sure.
I looked up to. Dude, I was, man. I'm looking up to people in TMF, man. TMF was still active when I got into the scene.
Right.
And what we do know, correct me if I'm wrong, there's this famous split from TMF because you've got the guys like Hamish together with Mike Behendren.
Oh, yeah.
They started the journey. And then there's this guy named Moe Alkaff.
Yeah.
Go and cari pasal. They started Moezik.
Yeah. Well, no. Actually, we were all contemplating on living together and starting a business together.
Really?
Yeah. So, on New Year's Eve, we always come back after all our gigs or whichever shows, clubs.
Yeah.
We'll all come back to One Tree Hill and have an after party.
Yeah.
All right. And so we were supposed to all together announce that we are all leaving. So guess who was on the pedestal first? Moi. Right? I go up, I say, okay, everybody, I'm leaving. It's been a wonderful experience. I give my 1 month notice. Then after that, I look at Hamish, I look at Mike, I look at that. Everybody like waving their hand. Pak Bodoh. I said, what?
Then?
So I alone now. Because they only left like a year plus after,
Oh shit.
So I was left stranded. Okay lah, already London already.
So that's how Moezik started.
That's how then I started Moezik.
Alone.
And up to today, I'm still alone. But I no regrets, boy.
Jafar Alkaff.
Jafar was with them.
With Journey.
Yeah.
Okay, he's your cousin, isn't it?
Yeah, but the traitor. I thank him.
No, I gotta tell you. Your cousin, Jafar, almost every morning, I see him running.
Yeah, I know, right?
I see him going for his runs. And I always say to him when he's running past, can you please stop that? Looking at you, I can get cardiac arrest.
I know, right?
Just looking at you running, I can go, stop that shit, man. Come on. And he's running past.
He very cute to see though. He's such a nice small character. I think he's very cute. But yeah, he looked like a stressed, cute, cuddly bear.
So you started Moezik.
Yeah.
And I know by reputation that when you started Moezik, you did groom a few guys.
Yeah, so whoever I hire and all that, right? Like Nicholas Lee was there. The Under One Roof guy, right?
Yes, Nicholas.
Nicholas Lee. I've got a few bunch, like a whole bunch of people. And it's nice to see that they come out to be who they are, and I think their success is my success, lah. I mean, even though I don't earn the money, but it just makes me feel good to see these guys making it, both in the technical aspect, in the entertainment aspect, in the running of the events aspect. Everybody had a value from my company.
Then how did you end up in TCS?
So they came. They are the ones who came. Asked me whether.
So they came. I mean, come on. So they came. How did they come?
They just came into my office, knocking on my door.
No shit.
While I was running Moezik. Right?
Okay.
And it was, in fact, Moezik was really pretty much at its prime and all that. So these two fellas came. If I can only remember. Felix, another was K Seong. The two producers, young-looking guys, all probably a little bit younger than me. And they say, hey, we think we've seen you before, but we think you're the correct character to do this gotcha show.
Okay.
And I say, oh, really? Oh, sure. Why not? For me, it's just another platform for me to entertain, right? And I say, I'd like to experience TV too, lah. And so, but these guys are cool. I like those producers. Those guys, they actually worked with me so well. We blended so well. And so it really flowed perfectly. Our team was just great. And after a while, one had to leave, another leave, and then, the team just changes.
Yeah.
So for people who've been there longer, we have to get used to that style of production or this style of production. So okay lah, I just bend my waist as long as I don't follow the script.
That's what I was about to ask you, man. I mean, it's sick, right? Guys like you, guys like me, I can't handle that shit.
I see the script, bro. They're writing for children.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So I just roll with the flow. As long as my audience in the studio laugh, I laugh. I mean, I know it's good, right? But if the audience don't laugh and I follow the script, they don't laugh, then the show is like worthless. You go home, so that show.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to make sure that my audience in the studio laugh.
Did you enjoy that time?
I loved it. But I think working in that environment wasn't a healthy environment. That's why I gave. Well, there's more ego. We are the stars. We are the one who's out on the TV, right? Who should have the ego? We all, right?
Yeah.
But you got other people who are more egoistic than you. But
such as who?
Got some other producer, I don't know, don't want to say hi. You don't know me, leh. I look at you, you come and we are passing through a corridor. Obviously, you know me, what?
So it's the politics.
Yeah, I've seen cameramen and crew walk out. So that's not the environment I want to be in.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And also, I have issues with, I also got attitude. I also issues with scriptwriters. So they complain on me. I said, come on, really? This is not school. What are you doing taking me complain? Deal it with me direct lah. Don't go and complain. Doesn't improve your work if you go and complain.
That was when? How long ago was this?
During the gotcha era.
Yeah, that was in the early
90s. Yeah, I think around mid 90s like that, right?
Because I started, about the same time I started acting for TCS like that.
Oh, you acted too?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I did. Major role acting.
Wow.
They put me through 2 months of acting training.
Wow.
Together, we started off with Andrea, the same batch of Andrea.
Is it?
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah.
Once in a while I work out with Andrea Cruz.
Yeah, I know. But anyway, what do you think? I mean, back then, how things were like when you're shooting shows in TCS compared to what you see today. I don't know if you've been following stuff that you just see as
okay. So when I came back to Singapore,
viewer,
right, I was in quarantine 2 weeks lah. So what to do? Just surf channel lah.
Channel 5.
And so I tried this Channel 5. There were these kid shows that I thought, great, wow, look at the kids now. They speak well, present well, wow, steady, man,
Yeah.
Then I watched it, the next day, a few days ago, then I watched this local production. Alamak. It hasn't improved from last time, lah, bro. Really.
Summer.
Huh?
Summer. Same.
Yeah.
Everything's the same, right?
Yes. Why? It's been years. At least, what is it that they like about their format that they don't want to change?
What do you think the problem is?
Maybe control, but I cannot say control. Nowadays, they don't really control.
Really?
I don't know. I know my time they control. Now I don't know. I think shows that come from outside, that means from other outdoor production companies.
Yeah.
I think they send in better work, maybe. I don't know. But I don't know, lah. I just have no idea what Malaysia productions are pretty cool. You know, Indonesia even more amazing, right?
Yeah.
Why Singapore cannot?
Don't know, man.
And they keep using the same people. Like, is there's not enough talent out there?
They keep circulating around the
Same
guys.
people. There's no other actors in Singapore. Cannot be one.
Yeah.
There's so many in the drama people.
Yeah.
Why don't they use and open up their eyes and actually find talent and write the script based on that talent and whether that talent is able to carry the character out or not.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Oh, man.
I tell
Absolutely.
you, I whack already there.
So, okay, Moezik started, Moezik bloomed, Moe Alkaff got more popular, you got gotcha happening for you in the early 90s. And now today, you're based in Colorado.
Okay, I don't think the word is based.
Okay.
You know, I settled my family there. My family, because I want to raise my kids in the States, right? And
But your kids are Singaporeans.
No more. My son was born here, but he had to return his passport because I asked him, so son, would you like to do national service for your country? He said, huh? He said, which country? I said, Singapore. Lah. He said, Dad, I don't even know Singapore. He, a few months he already traveled to the States already, right? So he doesn't even know, but he knows the US.
But why do you up and leave? Why do you take your whole family there?
Because I was stressed. I was working from like 3 a.m. in the morning. I don't sleep till midnight. And I was so loving the job that I was getting more and more stressed and all that. And my wife said, that's not life. Life can't be here.
Then your wife is Singaporean?
No, she's American.
Ah.
But she was in Singapore. She was my client.
Oh.
Yeah. I gave her 2 proposals. One proposal, I made money. The second proposal, until today, I lose money. The wedding proposal. That's what made me bankrupt.
So you basically don't mind me saying sangkut a client lah.
Yeah.
Alright, steady lah, bro.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah.
That's steady, bro.
Just to ensure I get the job. Yeah, so we up and left. Actually we wanted to try Australia first. I was rejected in Australia. So okay lah, go to
The US.
the US because she is American.
Why Colorado?
Well, it was at first, the first 5 years was in Vegas. I lived in Vegas for 5 years, but then at that time, the Vegas has already tried to change its style to a family style thing, but it didn't work for them.
Of course it won't work.
So they tear everything back down, they put the posters and the G-strings up there and say, hey, this I cannot raise children here.
It's Sin City for a reason, right?
And I used to love, every year I would go to Vegas. It's like a pilgrimage for me. I go there, I learn shows, I learn their lighting.
Have you ever performed in Vegas?
Only for private companies. Yes.
So you're still doing shows while in America?
Only when I was in Vegas. Because my wife said, you go to Singapore, I don't see you. You come here, I don't see you. Then she take me to Colorado, where I really got no work.
So what do you do in Colorado?
Nothing, house husband. Yeah. I chill. But I communicate with my clients and all that, right? And I will schedule things pretty much if I'm in Colorado, say for 2 weeks. I know there's a job in Singapore coming up in 2 weeks. I'll fly back to Singapore. So I would fly up and down quite a lot.
To do shows here?
To do events here.
Singapore alone or part of Asia as
Well,
well?
mostly the past few years I've been traveling a lot more. I've been going to different countries to perform and so on and so forth. And it's actually more fun lah. But it's more stressful because you got to arrange for, stuff, sound, lights, performance.
What happened to Moezik?
That's Moezik. Moezik is still existing today. Yeah. Yeah, we're still doing jobs. So, we're doing a lot of virtual stuff and stuff.
So you've got people running your business here?
No, I own self-run. Bro, everything's on the phone. Your email is there. I don't need an office.
Okay.
I see you. I go to your company, right? And when I need a studio, I just get a studio. And what do you need? They just need my ideas. They need my know-how to run the events,
Okay.
and make the events happen. That's all they need.
Basically, it's safe to say that Moe Alkaff is kind of semi-retired.
During the COVID time, I was practicing retirement. I say, wow, 8 months no work, not bad. Actually, I can live with this, man.
Your kids, Do they take after you at all?
No. They've never seen me perform on stage.
What?
Yeah. They only saw one leg kicking the movie because I brought back the DVD. I think they saw for 20 minutes and then said, Dad, are you guys speaking English? I said, yeah.
So they never watched you do your shows?
Never seen me do a live show.
They don't have it in their blood, just like you, to do stuff
I think
on
my
stage.
daughter might have a little bit more of me, but yeah, I don't know. I haven't seen their talent come out, for that aspect in their lives.
Okay.
They're great swimmers,
Yeah.
they're intelligent kids, but I didn't, I danced with my daughter and I say, hey, you got daddy's moves, man, but that's it. That's all I've seen.
Would you encourage her to do what you do?
I will not and have not because I want them to discover their own talent. And,
Okay.
that should happen naturally by themselves. That's what we believe.
And you've done shows in Vegas, you've seen shows in Vegas, and
Yeah.
you've seen our shows here,
Yeah.
even for private parties, right?
Right.
Do you think, if you know a lot of us in the business,
Yeah.
if you throw a stone, yeah, and you say, okay, you got a gig going on that I got for you in Las Vegas,
Okay.
do you think any one of us would be able to handle a show in Vegas?
Okay. Good question. Because, I performed many countries. I've also seen one or two other MCs, right? But because I don't like to go spy on people's show, I don't like to go stand there and watch them, right?
Yeah.
So I only seen honestly one or two, and that's because we were doing a joint thing or whatever it is, right? But all of us, we play games. We carry out the formality. We can do awards. We can do anniversaries. We can do this. We can do that. We have to tell jokes. We gotta be funny. We gotta do like snake on the floor. We can do lucky draw and make that entertaining too.
Yeah.
Every country we do this. Everybody said, "What the hell is that?"
Yeah. Okay.
They are like bewildered. Be it Las Vegas, be it Paris, be it London, you name any country, they have never seen a full entertainment person that can do everything.
Yeah.
MC to them is MC, and that's it.
Yeah.
Right? And then lucky draw, so some old lady would come on, your number is 47, and the MC would announce this person. But MCs only MC.
Mm-hmm.
They will get maybe a talk show host.
Yeah.
David Letterman will be hosting our dinner tonight.
Yeah.
But David Letterman only will throw some lines and be funny there and then.
Yeah.
But nobody works as an MC like Singaporean MCs.
Do you think they'll accept something like that?
They are bewildered. They're bewildered. Like I say, we are so agile. So your word accept does not exist here because we're agile. You want me to do formal? Okay, I do formal.
Sure, I know all that.
Right? Yeah.
But will the American audience accept in terms of bewildered? Yes, accept in terms of I like it.
Like anything, it is a niche. It is a style.
Okay.
So if I am not used to it, okay, first time here, okay, that's quite impressive. I don't know whether we should continue this. But somebody say, we gotta have him. Right?
Damn, they're boring.
Yeah. So it's a matter of, whether, because I got hooked with so many American clients, right?
Yeah.
They use me once, they don't want to stop using me, bro. They want to keep going, hey, are you free? No, I gotta have you.
It is very niche, I think. Right?
Yeah, it's a niche,
Yeah.
and it depends the kind of business that you're doing. If you're very into a marketing team and a marketing conference and all that, and you want somebody fun and to keep things alive,
Yeah.
I've also done medical conferences, but they want it alive because all their people who are sitting always go to sleep.
Yeah.
So I have to wake them up after every speaker, and get them going and, do stuff like that. So it depends who you're.
So in fact, I think we're a different kind of breed.
Yeah.
People, the MCs in Singapore are freaking talented, man.
Very
People
different.
wake people up all the time.
Correct.
Non-stop entertain them.
And the clients sometimes, some really kiasu clients, from 7, the dinner and dance ones, from 7 p.m. they will say, no, you do all the way till midnight. I say, you siao, you think I what, robot or what?
After midnight, patient charge, both for the taxi, boy, I tell you.
7 to 12 is many hours for an entertainer.
Of course, yes.
Some people say, wow, you all MC good, just talk here, talk there, can earn money.
Give them the mic and tell them to try it. Yeah. But just a couple of questions more.
Hey, every time you're there, it's always couple of questions.
Just a few more. Wait. I just want to find out something because I've always been curious about this. Alkaff mention.
Right.
Has it got anything to do with you and your family?
I already say the mention, don't mention the mention.
I mentioned the mansion. Can you please tell me what is going on with that mansion? Has it got anything to do with you and your family?
So, Alkaff were a very rich family in Singapore.
Right.
They were one of the more prominent families in Singapore.
Right. Yeah.
So they owned places like, what estate, MacPherson there. There's this, so they owned all that, and it used to be the Alkaff Gardens there also.
Yes.
And we used to own many, many holiday bungalows.
Mm-hmm.
So Alkaff Mansion was one of the holiday bungalows where my grandfathers used to entertain the sultans and all these people.
They're related to you?
Yeah, it's all Alkaff.
So there's only one Alkaff family in Singapore?
Yeah, but we're a big clan.
Right.
So we're a huge family, But so our forefathers, maybe they like to, because they marry 4-5 wives. Of course lah, 1 wife, 4-5 children. All they do is push-ups.
What do I say about something like that?
So one grandfather can have up to 15 kids. You know what I mean?
I get the picture. You need a big freaking house. Yeah. So okay, so
and then sometimes you'll see this girl at the wedding, you kiss, you say, "Alamak, you my cousin lah."
Do you have memories of that house?
Not me. I'm later.
Okay.
So it was more like my father, my uncles, they all have their parties there. And my grandfather and all that, they will have sultans coming. Even the Malaysian sultans would say, "Hey, can we use your bungalow? Because we also had another one at Pasir Panjang that really went into the water. We had so many like holiday bungalows.
Right.
And at Alkaff Mansion, they also used to have horses. Because they don't only own the mansion, they own all the way down to the flats there.
Oh.
That's why they call it Mount Washington. So we named it Mount Washington somehow. I don't know why.
Okay.
And so they had
there's stables and all that back then.
Yeah. And those days, right, even we used to own these Alkaff Gardens.
Mm-hmm.
So everybody must walk in, but they go in with their horses. My dad was sitting down, so they were like the
your dad was like the young man for during that time.
Right. And of course the war took a lot of stuff.
Right.
And after the war also, then the new government came in, acquisition laws, blah, 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 blah. And then so we did have quite a bit of property still left, like what's the one at Shenton Way? The one that used to look like a mosque. We used to own a building right there.
Mm-hmm.
And so we were the first to build a building across the Benjamin Chim, that bridge, going to the lighthouse there, the boathouse there. Right?
Yeah.
So that time it's all swamp.
Right.
So the Alkaffs were the first to build there, so we were quite daring and all that. And so we used to own a lot of properties, and then after that, everything was sold. And
the Singapore government took back Alkaff Mansion.
Not took back. They had acquisition law. For Alkaff Mansion, what they did was they green belted the area. And so then the worth became quite different. And then after that, when we sold all the properties, I think Ong Beng Sing bought the Alkaff Mansion, and then he started the restaurant and made it Alkaff Mansion.
Yeah.
So I remember doing events there. I said, "This is my mansion."
Yeah.
And then Ong Beng Sing said, "Yeah." Yeah. So that's how I'm sort of related to that building.
I always wanted to find out more about that.
I got married there, and then so we presented them with our gold plate. We have our gold plated, with our family crest and all that, dishes and all that. So we presented them with that, so that they can display it on the wall and all that.
Wow.
So I don't know whether it's still there or not.
What are your plans for 2021?
Virtual, man. I'm just gonna go full virtual this year.
You're back now in Singapore to do all that.
Yeah. In fact, I've been doing it in the US when I turned one of my rooms into a studio as well. So everything, all the walls, all green, everything green lah. And I got my cameras on, but my camera's not like your lah, one. Mine I use phone, iPad.
What's next, do you think, for entertainers here in Singapore?
Good question. For my side, no worries. I know that some MCs are now getting back on track right now.
Okay.
And everybody, of course, is hoping to have a live audience. Because a live audience really helps.
Yeah.
It's double the work when you actually behind just camera
Yeah.
and nobody's laughing.
Yeah.
Right? Because so then you have to estimate whether they're laughing or not.
Tell me about it, man. I know. Every single week. I know.
Correct, right?
Yeah.
And so everybody's hoping for a live audience, but like singers, those are the people that I think, we gotta. I wonder, yes, they can post stuff online and all that, but again, no concert.
Yeah.
For singers, the money is the concerts.
Yeah.
For DJs, the money is the concerts.
The clubs, yeah.
Right?
Right.
So we are such a people-oriented business that it's making us in a very, very difficult transition.
Yeah.
And some would say, I give up, but some, and I hope a lot more do, say, let's go forward, let's try new stuff,
Right.
Yeah. And so I've met a lot of entertainers that said, I'm done, that's it. I'm finding a different job.
Sadly, man.
Yeah, and they're good entertainers, right?
Yeah.
And like you're doing this show, this talk show.
Thankfully.
Yeah, at least you get things going. Your name is out there, man.
Yeah.
People remember, it's Chris. So the more you're talked about, the more people will want to use you, right? Just like when I do porn. Every time I show, people want me.
I actually went to try and Google you for that. But for some strange reason, there's an FBI block that comes.
Hey, bro, I stopped taxi, my hand folding, People during COVID time, they go and drive car, deliver food. I know. I work as the parking barrier and go
You know what? I really hope we don't have to censor too much in this episode. But Mo, thanks so very much for being with us today.
Are we done, man?
Yeah, we're done, man. It's been more than an hour,
Seriously, yeah?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, time flies.
Check it out.
Yeah.
You've been listening and watching Moe Alkaff by Kopi for this episode of KWC. Until next time, stay safe, stay sane. Bye-bye, everybody.
That's why I always wear a cap. Stay safe.